guys, I'm Craig.
And Ryland.
Welcome to
Craig and Ryland Magic Review number 6.
episode 6. We've got some amazing products lined up today. A lot of new stuff. In fact, the first item that we're going to go into straight away is a brand new item. It's called the Weiser wallet. It's by a guy called Danny Weiser. This thing is great. What do you think of this?
Yeah, awesome.
It's really good, isn't it? So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to get off the. I'm going to perform it for you guys.
No, I perform in it. I perform in it. I perform in it. I perform in it.
You're getting a glimpse into my life right now.
I perform in it.
Okay, I get to do the next one then. Okay.
Yeah,
Deal?
and then we're doing 4, so it can be a pattern. 2.
It's a pattern. Right, okay. You get to do this one then. Ryland's going to perform the Weiser wallet. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need Mummy a bit closer?
Yeah, come on, Mummy. Come on.
Come on,
Mummy,
what?
please.
You cheeky little lad. Get on with it.
Daddy,
Yeah?
I've got a pack of cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah?
Pack of cards.
Okay.
Now, I've got a prediction here.
Okay.
Prediction inside the wallet.
Okay.
I'm not going to show you it yet, but I've got a prediction inside it.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay? Now, what you're going to do is you're just going to say stop.
Stop.
There.
Yeah?
Look at that card. So, come and not me.
There you go. That's the card. Yeah.
So I'm just going to cut a card and you're going to put it there.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's trapped in the middle.
That's fair.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Now, do you remember I said I got prediction here?
I do remember that, yes.
I haven't actually got prediction, it's just a blank card.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that. But if I just flip it up like that, I can turn it into the King of Spades.
That was my card, dude. Yes, it was.
King of Spades.
That's wicked. That's brilliant. That's really good.
Because that used to be a white card, it's probably done an effect to the deck.
Really?
Yeah.
Put that out of the way.
What effect has it done? Let's see. Oh, God, what's happened here? Oh, God, what's happened? What's happened? Oh, God. I just saw a King of Spades on its own. Here. King of Spades.
And all the cards have turned blank except for my card.
That odd.
That is odd. That is really odd. Okay, so that's very good. Do you want to tidy all this up? So that's the Weiser wallet, guys. Good performance, right? Really good performance. Now I need to hold on to this so I can explain about it. So this is the Weiser wallet. First of all, I need to tell you it's a modified Himba wallet. Okay. In fact, look, you need to just leave them on the table. Okay, we'll get back to them in a bit. I know you like neating things up, leave them on the table. So what we have here is this is a modified Himba wallet. And what's modified about it is it allows you to do that really super visual change. Now, you can use this as a normal Himba wallet if you want to, but it does allow you to do that super visual change. And it doesn't have to be just used as a change, so you can have an empty wallet and boom, something appears in there. You don't have to use a card. You can have money. You can have a card turn into money. You can have one denomination turn into another denomination. There's a money clip on the outside, which allows you to put predictions and things underneath there. It can work, like I say, as a normal Himba Switch wallet, but it doesn't operate like a normal wallet, Himba Switch wallet. You look at it from the outside, it looks absolutely fine. It looks like the sort of wallet you carry around with you, and it's also magnetically locking, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
So once you've done the move, it's locked in place. There's nothing for people to see. Now, what do you think of this, right? Because you just did a really good performance of that. What do you think of this? Tell the camera, not me.
It's good.
Why?
I like.
What do you like about the trick?
You make you got a blank card. So you say you have a prediction, but it's actually a blank card. But you turn it into their card, and their card was the King of Spades, and you turn it into the King of Spades, and then it does effect to the deck, and it makes them all blank.
I should say that trick that Ryland did, it's not in the instructions. Me and Ryland sat down and we were like, well, this is pretty cool, but what can we do with it? And we had the idea of introducing a blank deck. Feel free to use it if you want to. But we had the idea of having a blank deck, ringing in a blank deck, having a card sort of appear, inside the wallet, have a blank card change, and then have the deck turn blank. That was kind of something that we workshopped together, wasn't it?
I just snapped my fingers and I can tell.
Yeah. Stop showing off. It's the instructions are done by Paul Romani, who is an amazing performer, a massive fan of Paul's. And it's only like a 15-minute download. It's only a 15-minute video that explains the wallet, but really you don't need more than that. It only needs to be that long. He explains how to use it. He explains the different ways that you can actually change things inside this wallet. He explains absolutely everything. I think it's kind of, you need to look at this more of a tool to come up with your own ideas. And I think this is great. Now, I carry a Himba wallet around with me all the time. I think I will switch to this because I think this is so much better, because you can do everything that you do with a Himba wallet, but you've got that super visual change. I want to ask you something, right? Okay, I want to ask you something. And I want your opinion on this, because this is my only concern with it. Let's say that we were doing a double lift. Okay, so let's just say that I had a king of spades and I snapped and it changed into a blank card, right? And then, you know, whatever it may be, top change, double lift, whatever. Is this better than doing a double lift?
Yeah.
It is. Why?
Because you're just going, boop, and then it just changes.
So it's more visual. It's more visual than a double lift. You've got that.
Because all you're doing is you're just getting a blank card.
I don't want to expose it, but if you want to perform it again, you can. But I don't want you to.
I'm not going to perform it though.
Okay. Yeah. That was my only concern when I was looking at it. I was thinking, is this actually better than a double lift? But I do think it is, because of that change, that really super visual change. I think it is better than a double lift. I think it is better than just using sleight of hand. I really like it. And also, obviously, don't forget you can do it with money. I think there's somebody out there that's going to come up with a really great presentation for this. I think it's just waiting for that person. What would you give it out of 100?
100.
Because you're going to do it, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it 85. If you've already got a Himba wallet and you've got a routine you do with your Himba wallet, then perfect. This is great. If you don't use a Himba wallet, then, you know, there's just this routine that Ryland performed for you is a super visual, super commercial, walk around any time, any table, no, you know, walk around, no table required type trick. And also, you could do it socially distanced, because that change, you don't need the spectator to touch any of the props. I'm going to give it 85%. I think it's really good, and I'll probably do it. I really like it. It's highly recommended. The Weiser wallet by Danny Weiser. Right, on to review number 2, and this is called Double Exposure by Assy Wind. You've not seen this trick, have you? It was made famous by David Blaine on one of his TV specials recently. Do you want me to show it to you? It's a really good trick. Can you bring the camera a bit closer for me?
We're doing a pattern.
We are doing a pattern, really, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, because I said do a pattern in the first one.
Do you want to give the cards a shuffle?
Yeah.
Go on, give him a mix up for me. You'll have to excuse him. He's been learning the Pharaoh shuffle recently, and so he practices the Pharaoh shuffle at every single chance he gets.
Shuffle the cards.
Yeah, I know. Are we happy?
In a minute.
Okay, you happy now?
Yeah, now.
Good stuff. Right, okay. This is what we're going to do. Right, 52 playing cards. 52 possibilities, yeah? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to pick a card. So as I go through the deck, just take any one that you want to. Which one would you like? That one right there, take it out. What I want you to do is show the camera, don't show me. I don't want to see it. Okay? Now, before we put that card back in the deck, I'm going to give the cards a very special shuffle. I'm going to shuffle the cards face up into face down like that. I'm going to do my own Pharaoh shuffle, but I'm shuffling the cards face up into face down, okay? So we've got some cards face up, some cards face down. Just say stop for me.
Stop.
Cool. We'll put the card back there.
Don't look at it.
I'm not looking at it. Do you want to push it in for me? Now, right, you tell me, is that fair? Cards shuffled face up into face down, all mixed up, and somewhere in here is your card, right? I'm going to give the cards one more shuffle. Absolutely. And I need my phone. Can you grab my phone for me? It's just over there. Oh, don't fall over. Right, okay. When you've done that, come back. Have you done that? Yeah. And the reason is, I'm going to take a photo of you, okay? So what I want you to do is kind of stand over there. And I'm just going to spread these cards out like this. And I want you, I'm going to take a picture of you right here. And what I want is I want you to smile, big smile. Let me just, there you go, big smile. There we go. Perfect, brilliant stuff. And we'll get back to that photo in a little bit. So let me explain the situation, right? Somewhere in here is your card. These cards have been mixed face up into face down. If I told you to go through the cards like this and sort them out so they're all facing the right way, how long do you reckon it'd take you?
2 minutes.
Bearing in mind,
1 minute.
Bearing in mind there's 52 cards in the deck. 1 minute. Now, I'm going to go through the cards. You can see they're all mixed up, face up into face down. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Did you see your card face up when I was going through?
Yeah.
You saw the card face up?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. If I told you I could find your card in this deck in 1 second and at the same time sort the cards out so they're all facing the right way, would that be good?
Yeah.
Watch. Done. Oh, you snap as well. It's done, because check this out. Now, every single card is facing the right way. Well, was your card the 3 of spades? 3 of diamonds, sorry. Was that your card?
Yeah.
But this is what's really weird. Earlier on, I asked you to take a picture. Well, I took a picture of you with the fan of cards. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. I sorted all those cards out by magic so they're all facing the right way, except for your card. Mm-hmm. If this works, this would be a miracle. When I took a picture of you, all the cards are mixed up facing to face down, weren't they? Mm-hmm. Let's have a look at the pictures. Have a look at this. Look, there's my pictures. And there's the last picture I took right there. And you can see your messy Lego table in the background. And you can see right there, the entire deck has sorted itself out in the picture, except for your 3 of diamonds. Boom. Now, how good is that, right?
That's awesome.
You've never seen this before, have you?
No.
What do you think of it? Tell me. What do you like best about that? Because you do triumph when the cards shuffle themselves when you mix the cards face up and face down and they all go the right way except for your card. You do a couple of different versions of that. What do you think of that? Do you think it's better? And if you do think it's better, why do you think it's better?
It's better.
Why is it better?
Because you spin them out in a van.
Yeah.
And then you're taking a picture of them.
And when I took a picture, they were all mixed up, weren't they?
Yeah, they're all mixed up, but then they sort themselves out when the deck sorts itself out.
Yeah, and it's that moment that makes this so good. The fact that the picture changes after the deck has sorted itself out. It's blooming awesome. I love this. I'm telling you right now, I love this. Let me explain. It's a shuffle deck in use, anytime, anywhere. It doesn't have to be a full deck. You can have had cards ripped and signed up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a full deck. The angles are absolutely brilliant. It's not a special app. You can take the photo and you know, on any phone. You can use any pack of cards. And that moment where that photo changes, it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. Now, one thing is, when I did this, I was holding the fan and I took a picture of you with the fan in the picture. When it's explained on the download, Assy Wind explains he gets them to hold on to the fan like that. But I don't like that as much at the moment because I'm trying to think about how I can restructure all my magic to make sure people aren't touching my props. So instead of using the spectator's phone, I'm using my phone and I'll text away, I drop the picture over to them. Instead of getting them to hold the fan, I'll hold the fan. I can even structure this so that they can say stop and I can just show them the card instead of them actually physically taking it out. So this is the perfect trick from a social distancing point of view. I love this. Assy Wind is an amazing performer. He's one of my favourites. I don't think you've seen much Assy Wind stuff, have you? I'll have to get you to watch some more because Assy Wind is amazing. He's one of my favourite performers. David Blaine did this. The download is really in-depth. There's one thing I will say. I've got some bad news for you, mate. What? It's difficult. It's not an easy trick. There's moves in here that you cannot yet do. You know you're just learning to do a Pharaoh shuffle. There's some tricky stuff that you have to do with the Pharaoh shuffle. And you know you can cull a card. You have to cull like lots of cards. Like lots and lots of cards. So if you want to learn it, I'll teach it you. It's very, very, very not easy to do. It will take a lot of practice. But the download is awesome. It's a single trick download. I highly recommend this. You know, last week you said that 96% was my highest mark. Yeah. I am giving this 100%. 100%, and I'll tell you why. This is going into my act and it is staying in my walk around set. I think this is brilliant. I think this is the best triumph I've ever seen. I am absolutely in love with this routine.
I can't believe you said 100.
100%. It's difficult, but that means not everybody will be doing it, which is perfect. And I just think this is going to have a really... You can even use these photos that you're taking on your phone on Instagram, and you've got stuff to put on Instagram. There's just so many positives. One thing that I will say, when David Blaine does it, if you want to look up the David Blaine performance, he just has the photo change. He does it to Will Smith, the genie from Aladdin, the guy who plays the genie in Aladdin. He does it to Will Smith, and he just has the photo change. You can just do it with the photo, which makes it easier. But if you want to do it with the whole deck, the way that Asich suggests doing it, then you have to learn how to do a lot of other stuff. But it's well worth learning. It's well worth performing. I love it. 100%. What are you giving this?
100.
First double 100% from Craig and Ryland. Assy Wind, well done. That was a mega trick. I love it. Right, okay, review number 3. This is another one that you want to perform, isn't it? We were arguing over this one before earlier.
It was pattern.
Huh?
Pattern.
I know it's the pattern, so it's you. We're looking at Pocket Nightmare by Max Maven and Penguin Magic. But actually, before we speak about this, do you want to perform it?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Do you need the camera?
Yeah. Mummy, get a camera over here. Hurry up, please.
It's a good job you put please in there. Did you just see your mummy's face? Seriously, you're going to get in trouble one of these days. You little diva of magic, you. Right, okay, get on with it.
Daddy?
Yeah?
I got a pack of cards here.
Okay, you got a pack of cards, yeah?
Right. Pack of cards, 52 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Right. Now, what I want you to do is I'm going to get you to lift up the packet like that.
Yeah?
And you're going to stay with that card. Don't riffle so you can see lots like that.
Okay.
Just lift it up like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, so you want me to just lift up and peek at one card?
Yeah, and you're going to pick one of these cards.
Okay.
Just any one of these cards, but the way that I told you to.
Okay, that's cool. Okay. Yeah.
Just lift up.
Look away,
now,
I don't...
I'm just going to put this hand in my pocket because most people think I use sleight of hand.
People think you use sleight of hand, so you're putting your hand in your pocket?
Yeah, like that.
Well, I suppose you can't use sleight of hand if your hand's in your pocket. That's fair. Okay, I've got one.
Got it?
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay, concentrate on that card.
I am concentrating.
I'm going to read your mind.
No way.
It was a red card.
Yes, it was a red card.
Heart.
Yes, it was a heart.
King.
No.
What?
No,
It was supposed to be a king.
It wasn't a king.
But it was supposed to be.
It wasn't.
Well, do you want to do a different trick then? Shall we do a different trick?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah?
Yeah?
Right. What was the name of your card? Well, actually, take it out of the deck first.
Take it out of the deck?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not there, right?
Check again.
I'm checking. It's definitely not there, right?
I don't see the 5 of hearts in there. What was your card?
It was the 5 of hearts.
Oh, so that's why it's not in there.
Yes.
Well, I told you I was going to use one hand, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I didn't tell you which one I was going to use. This was actually the cheeky hand. This one was doing all the stuff. But that wasn't the hand that it was supposed to be using. It's the hand in my pocket, look. Because inside my pocket, I've got the 5 of hearts.
That was brilliant. I absolutely love that performance, right? That was wicked. I think Max Maven would be proud of that. This is a Max Maven trick. Max Maven, you don't expect Max Maven to do something like this. Although, I suppose maybe Phil Goldstein would, I don't know. But he's known more for mentalism and stuff. But this is Max Maven product. What you just saw is the trick. I think this is a great trick. What do you think of this, Ryan?
Yeah, great trick.
I love the framing behind this. I love the I love the whole idea of you saying at the beginning, I'm going to do this with one hand. Let me put my hand in my pocket so I can't cheat. And you're doing this whole thing, and you got that whole magician in trouble thing where it's like, oh, well, it didn't work. It's the king. Oh, take it out for me. And then they take it out, and it's like,
I don't see the 5 of hearts.
oh. And that line, that Max Maven line, I didn't say which hand I'd be using. That's awesome. And you know what? When I was watching,
I slightly changed the words up for the hand one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you? I don't want you claiming anything on this. I've got enough trouble in the years. I'm not going to be fighting your battles against Max Maven. That's never going to happen. But here's the thing. Look, I love this trick, and you know what I love about it?
What?
First of all, watching the download made me fall in love with Max Maven all over again. I've always been a Max Maven fan. I haven't watched him for a while. He's so good. He's so good.
I'm going to put that back in the pocket, don't you?
Yeah, go for it. Keep it nice and safe, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. I don't think it's in there properly, but whatever. Yeah, he's so good. He's such a good... I don't think there's anybody in the world that's as good at explaining magic as Max Maven. And this is a great routine. You know what? You said that you're going to do this all the time, didn't you? Yeah. I don't think I do that. This is perfect. This is one of those rare tricks that would work for walk around, mix and mingle. You don't need a table. It would work if you were doing it to like a table of people. It would work on stage. I think this would work. Having somebody up on stage and openly putting your hand in your pocket and doing the routine. I think it'd be brilliant for stage work. I think this is great. I wouldn't do it for walk around. I wouldn't do it close up.
Why?
Because it's a deck of cards. You can only do one trick with this deck, and that's the trick that Ryland just did. And I value my pocket space, and I only take 3 decks of cards with me when I'm out performing, which is a regular deck, a mem deck, and one other. And I cycle between the one other. And I don't think I'd get a chance to do this. I don't think it would make it into my walk around set. But I think for stage magic, I think.
What about the one that in 100%? Would that be going your stage? You walk around.
Absolutely, because it's just a regular deck. But this, you know, where I could see this working really well. You know, in your like stage act, when you go on stage and you open up with the Rubik's Cube thing.
Yeah.
I think after the Rubik's Cube, this would be a brilliant thing to do to the person that's helped me after you do the blindfold Rubik's Cube solve. At the very, very end, and you pull the blindfold off and you've solved it. I then think having somebody say, actually, can you stay? I want to do one more thing, because you've just done all of that awesome stuff with sleight of hand. You've solved cubes, you've done cube 3, you've done the 1 second solve, you've done the back solve, you've done all of that, you've done Rubik's 360, to then say, well, you know, obviously I can do sleight of hand. Let me put my hand in my pocket. I think it's a really nice change of pace. I think you should put this into your stage act immediately. I think this is awesome.
Get into my stage act.
Yeah, I think this should be your second routine in your stage act.
Get in my stage act,
I really, really think this is really good. I don't think I'm going to do it. I think it's amazing.
Why?
Just because I do a lot of really good... It's not... First of all, I don't want to do the same stuff that you're doing, in case we go out and do with the same audience. But also, like I said, I don't, you know, I carry stuff around with me. I don't think it's got a place in my close-up set. And I would do it on stage, but I've got a load of other stuff that I do instead. Although, having said that, again, going back to the whole social distancing thing I was talking about with double exposure, you don't actually need to touch the spectator or have them even touch them. Actually, you do need to have them touch the box. I don't know. I'd maybe do it. But I would definitely put this into your stage act straight after Rubik's 360, after that whole Rubik's thing and the blindfold cube. I'd do it there. I'd do it. Put it right there. I think it'd be brilliant for you. Definitely. What are you giving it?
100.
I agree. I think you should give it 100% because I think...
What you?
80%. I don't know if I'd do it, so it's on the border. I think if it gets over 80%, then I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'd do it or not. I might take it to a gig. I might be wrong. I might take it to a gig, do it in a walk-around setting.
What happens if you take it? What percent will it be then?
Oh, well, if I take it to a gig, when I'm allowed to do gigs again, I'll come back, we'll do a show, and I'll say, actually, I'm putting the mark up to like 95% because I've done it in my... But for now, it's 80%, okay? Yeah? Cool. Right, so but it's a really great trick. I recommend it to anybody.
Does that mean the last one now?
Yeah, one last thing and then we're done.
Okay.
Okay, final review today. And before we actually talk about the review, I want to show you a trick. I'm actually going to show you the trick that we're reviewing, but let me explain something about this trick. I've got some tape here, right?
Tape.
I've got some tape. I've got
Random
some
tape.
3M Scotch tape. Because you know what? I go out and perform an awful lot. And when I go out and perform, people turn around to me and they say, Craig, because that's my name, Craig. They say, Craig, I know how all of your magics works. It all works using tape, which it doesn't. However, for those people that think that I use tape in all of my tricks, I am going to...
That's cool.
It's not, is it? But I'm going to do a trick that just uses tape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 10 pieces of tape.
So you can't be using extra tape if you're using tape.
Exactly. So I'm going to take 10 pieces of tape. Now, here's the thing, guys. The most difficult part of this trick
is trying to get 10 pieces of tape onto all of your fingers.
It's almost impossible. Now, how much practice have I put into...
You've been doing this for about 2 months now.
I've been doing this for a long...
And you've got like 30 pieces of tape now.
I've got
30 of them.
I've bought so many pieces of tape. I've bought so many tape to try and do this. I'm not...
My mummy's really mad with me because you bought that much.
I've got tape everywhere. I'll tell you a little story about this in a bit, but look, you can have the tape thing. There you go. Is that impressive? I think that's impressive right there, right? Now, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and put this tape into one little package and try to make it look as cool as I can. Unfortunately, try as I might, I've never been able to make it look that cool, but we're going to try. Hang on a minute. We'll put that one there. That one there. That one there. Oop. That one there. Is that fair, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I've missed a piece. Hang on. There you go. 10 pieces of tape. Now watch. All I have to do is snap. And when I snap and blow, and as good as that looks, listen to this. And right, we've put the tape back together, and you can keep that as a souvenir. Boom. There you go. There you go. So that's the, put that over there. That's Gypsy tape. Why am I giving you this? You're just going to mess about with it the rest of the show. That's Gypsy tape by Vogt. It's another download. I've been looking at a lot of downloads recently. It's another download. Can I just mention something about this very, very quickly? So I've been using Gypsy thread in my app for years. Gypsy thread is the thing where you've got a long piece of thread, you break it up, and you've got all the little pieces, and you put it all back together.
Never, ever, 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 ever seen.
You've never seen Gypsy thread? Man, okay, I'll show you Gypsy thread. I for many, many years in my kids show, I did a Gypsy yo-yo. I took a yo-yo, right? And I used to break the string on the yo-yo, and then the yo-yo went back together. You'd love that trick, actually. I should teach you that. But you know what? And I've done it on and off at various different times.
Is there a Gypsy TV?
No, there's not. Oh. I've done this at various different points, and I've used luminous thread, and I've used normal thread, and I've looked at so many different versions. Eugene Berger, obviously, is the quintessential version of this routine. But it's never stayed in my act. And I saw this advertised, and I was like, Gypsy tape? What? And it intrigued me. So I got it and I watched it. Oh my gosh, this is so good. You'd think that with you'd think that by using tape, it wouldn't be visible to an audience, but it is. They can see it from so far away. And they can see it better than thread in a lot of lighting conditions. But when you do that moment where you put the 10 pieces of tape onto your hands and they can see 10 pieces of tape, it's so fair. It is, isn't it?
We did that at the same time.
And then you all put it together and you got that beautiful moment when the tape goes back together and then you give it out. And I think people can relate to tape more than they can thread. But man, how much practice have I put in this?
3 months.
First of all, here's a piece of advice. The tape that Blake suggests that you use isn't available on Amazon anymore, so you have to get different tape. So if you're going to get different tape, don't make the mistake I made. If you message me, I will tell you, once you've got the download, prove to me you've got the download, I'll tell you which tape you need. Because I went through 4 or 5 different types of tape, and it was the wrong tape, it didn't work, and I eventually found the right tape. But how mad was Mommy with all the tape that kept arriving through the post? It's like, you've had another parcel, more tape has arrived, you've had another parcel, more tape. We've got tape everywhere. We've got tape in...
You got like a 50 tape or whatever.
We've got tape in the kitchen, we've got tape in the office, we've got tape in Thea's doll's house.
Living room,
everywhere.
Thea's bedroom, your bedroom, my bedroom, and a bathroom.
everywhere. Literally, there is tape everywhere because I've been practicing this at every chance that I can get. But normally when I practice something this much, it's because I can see myself doing it. I can see myself doing this. I think for a parlour show, for a cabaret show, I think this is amazing. I don't think you do this walk around, but you do it on big tables. I think for a big table of like 10 people, like banquet style, I think this would be a really visual thing to do. I think that also I think this would work really well in a kid show. You're a kid. You're a kid, right? Okay. Kids can relate to tape. How much time do you use tape and you stick things together? You're making a robot on the moment, aren't you? Yeah. You can relate to tape, can't you? Yeah. Like if I brought out, seriously, as a kid, if I was in a kid show, I was like, right guys, let's do a magic trick. And I brought out tape. Would you be interested in that? Is that kind of cool? Yeah. You saying yeah to appease me, or do you really mean it would be cool? Yeah. You really think it would be cool? Yeah. Okay, so I think it would work in a kid show. Would it work in a kid show? Yeah. It would work in a kid show. I really like this. You haven't learnt it yet. Would you learn it? Yeah. Or you're in the middle of learning the other stuff though. You probably wouldn't learn it right now, would you? I'm in the middle of learning a lot of coin magic and cards. Benson bowl routine. Yeah, and balls. Benson burner, yeah. And sponge balls, because the Benson bowl routine uses balls. How many balls do we need for the Benson burner routine? Let me guess. Tom Stone's routine? No, 700. Well, between us, yeah, we need about 700 balls. 708 because we got to get the ones for the trick. Yeah, it's a heck of a lot. Anyway, we're completely going off subject here. I really like this. I'm going to give this 90%. I can see myself doing this. I really can. I think there's a lot of uses of this. And although I say I've been practicing a lot, it's one of those things that's really fun to practice. It's not that difficult, but it's easy to get right. But you need to kind of practice it over and over again. When I was doing this for the first time, I never fool Mummy these days. She knows everything. But she was on the phone to her friend, and I was just sitting opposite her messing around with this. You weren't even here. And I was just messing around with this tape. And she was like, oh, Craig's just messing around with tape. I have no idea why. And then all of a sudden, I just restored the tape like that. And she did a double take. She was like, what? I have no idea how he's just put that tape back together. It actually fooled Mummy, which never happened. So that's pretty cool as well. Yeah, I really like this. I'd recommend that you get it. It's another download. Vanishing Ink, Blake Vogt, highly recommended. Please get it. You'll have a lot of fun performing it and practicing it as well. There you go. That's another review show in the bag. Did you have fun? Yeah. That's all it's all about. Have fun. Yeah. Well, yeah. This is number 6. Yeah. Next. You know what we're going to look at next week? We're going to look at a lot of rubbish tricks because I'm sick of you giving 100% to everything. We're going to look for some rubbish. Maybe I'll pull some classic tricks out from yesteryear and I'll show you some really rubbish stuff. 0%? 0%. Guys, thanks very much for watching. Please do me a favour. Subscribe to the Slightly Unusual YouTube channel. We're putting videos up every single day. As well as this, as well as the review show that goes up at 5 o'clock on a Friday, on a Wednesday. As well as that, we also put videos up at 8 o'clock every single night. Every single day, 7 days a week, we put Close-Up Magic up. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And you have your own YouTube channel as well, don't you? Yeah. The Kid Magician. The Kid Magician. You've got 42 subscribers now, yeah? It's very exciting, I know. So if you want to see Ryland... A lot of followers on Facebook. 300 followers on Facebook. I know, it's amazing! And loads of fans. Lots of fans. One of my fans sent me something. Yeah, a few people are sending him stuff at the moment. And you know who phoned me up the other day? Who? Actually just rung me up out of the blue. What? Doc Eason. Who's Doc Eason? You know Doc Eason. Oh, yeah, I do. You're like, yeah, exactly. And he was like, oh my gosh, I just got to tell you. He phoned me up from America just to tell me how awesome he thought you were. So there you go. Guys, we'll see you again next week. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Craig. I'm Ryland. We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.